It was a fun thing, but never mind. I'm all for it.
Yes.
Mr. Savile.
Jimmy.
Or Jimmy. With an IQ of over 150,
Yep.
don't you see an intellectual contradiction in your tabloid claim of having sex in a passion wagon?
Oh.
How would you react as a Roman Catholic
Yeah?
to if one of your partners became pregnant?
Mr. Savile, your style as a presenter has changed little since the 60s. Do you think that is why you've become somewhat obsolete in the world of fast-moving pop culture?
Do you have no regrets about not having any children of your own?
I've got plenty of other people's. I've got 4 sisters and 2 brothers. They've all got plenty of kids. I've got plenty of kids on Jim Will Fix It. So my kids, to me anyway, the best sorts of kids is they all go home to their parents. And I go off to a Chinese takeaway.
Does that mean you regard sex as something dishonest that you wouldn't, that you think's disgusting?
You claim to be very apolitical. Is this perhaps because it's one field of life you failed to master?
No.
Jimmy, if you don't want to be seen as political, we must of course respect that. But how will you reconcile that with the fact that you've taken a personal, now official appointment from the Conservative Minister of Health in an institution where the board have been summarily suspended and there's a bitter pay dispute that has been going on?
Governing Broadmoor is a very responsible position. Without any formal qualifications, how well suited do you think you are to this position?
My formal qualifications may not be down on paper, but they're certainly up here. And I've been there 20 years already, think on.
Do you allow yourself to become emotionally involved with the patients at Broadmoor?
You seem to be a bit of an egotist. Do you think your ego has any part in your role as a charity worker and at Broadmoor?
Mr. Savile, do you think that the
Jimmy's
licence
the name. Jimmy's the name. Jimmy.
Jimmy, would you still be willing to help these people if it was one of your family that was killed by these murderers?
There's 2 sorts of people. There's bad people, right? And there's people who have lost control of their minds, who used to be called mad people. Bad and mad, it's a sort of it sounds all right.
But how do you distinguish between the mad and the bad people?
Supposedly yourself have said that you've had hundreds of girls in planes, trains, etc.
Yeah?
Surely this is a contradiction in terms of your own religious beliefs.
Well, it all depends, you see. I'm like a blip on the side of life, and I just do my thing and mind my own business and do it away, and seem to be getting into trouble for it.
Assuming the stories we read about you are true, don't you think you're a bad influence on the youth of today?
How do you answer sceptics who say that you do all these great works for Broadmoor and Stoke Mandeville for your own self-aggrandisement?
It's called fun.
But nonetheless,
Jim...
Jim...
fun in the life anymore? I've got to be serious, I've got to be serious. Now, me, when I stand in front of the table and St. Peter's there, he says, you are not coming in. And I'll say, well, why not? And he'll say, because you're a villain, and he'll show me the debit side, and I'll say, hang about, and I'll show him the credit side, and say, does that mean anything? And if he says, that means nothing, then I'll threaten to break his fingers. Some guy sees me as a sinner, some guy sees me as a villain, some guy sees me as wasting my time, you see me as an uncle. We can't understand how people see us, but we say, if you see me as an uncle, I'll try and be a nice uncle to you. I'll see you later.